You see that street? Rockrinok? Rockrinok is a one-way. It's a one-way. You gotta go all the way around and come back around. This morning, while I was eating my doubles, a gentleman, Caucasian, driving an Audi SUV, turned into the road while a guy who had just finished buying doubles was coming out. And the guy was going the wrong way. Mr. Audi blew his horn to tell the guy, you're going the wrong way. The guy in the other vehicle, in a little Yaris, wasn't moving. The message to Mr. Audi is, we're going to have a showdown here over the right of way. And Mr. Audi realized that wherever else in the world of this country he had power, at that moment, at the entrance to Rockrinok, facing Mr. Yaris, he had none. There was nobody to call. Nobody he could have called on the phone to say, I want a report. Nobody. Common sense told Mr. Audi, back up and let Mr. Yaris out. And then Mr. Audi went his way. But that is going to get worse in this country. And I'm talking to Trinidad and Tobago again. There are hundreds of thousands of people in this country that are fed up, frustrated, angry. They're not organized, you know. This is not something that you think that you could fight organized, you know. This is a country that is seething. They are watching wealthy contract mafia businessmen. Some of them are in the employ of these contract mafia businessmen, and they're moving drugs for them. They're moving boxes of US off of pirogues down the islands for them. They're involved in all kind of corruption for them. They're hearing them boast while they're talking and they're laughing. And they're talking about which minister in their pocket and how they get this and how they get that. The base of Trinidad and Tobago is angry. They can't afford to live. They have people who, after they get a salary and they pay their rent and they pay their light bill, they have no money for food. People angry and they vex. They have people who know that we could be growing our food and the cost of living will be 10% of what it is now. But for Haddad and Amco and Basi to make a money, shove it up the fat ass. You shut down the farming in the country. So 90,000 acres of farmland have to be idle so you could shove money up Robert Haddad is a right ass. I know. I went to school with Robert Haddad in St. Mary's College. His mother used to drive a old Holden Belmont. The doors used to fall off. Overnight, whoosh. When you're connected in Trinidad and Tobago, the government can make a decision, we're not growing food. So Gervais Warner could stunt with the cocky ass. Massey doing well. O'Brien could stunt that Massey doing well. All of these people who are doing well right now are doing well on the peaceful enjoyment of this country for all of those masses. And I'm telling you, and I'm telling Trinidad and Tobago, because I'm listening to Gary Griffith talking about vote for him and everybody will get gone. And you know what I mean? You can't take your family on the beach because you don't know the next time a Audi and a Yaris square off and both of them have gone. Deputy calling for gun for the supermarket association. The Chinese supermarket owner dipping his waist to pull out his Glock, and the bandits, 3 of them had Glock too. So Mr. Chinese man dead on the ground. Having a gun didn't help Dana Sitahal when they came to kill her. That is not the solution to Trinidad and Tobago. Ghassan Youssef, former mayor of Arima, talking a crocus bag of ass, how we need a crime prime minister. What we need is a compassionate prime minister who understands that the problem in Trinidad and Tobago is the cost of living. You could put 19 state of emergency. I'm telling you all this, you know, because I just watching the failure of this country, and I have been talking for years. I read an article I wrote 5 years ago called The Coming Storm. Well, it's here. Trinidad is here. This is all you're dealing with organizations. This is a mass, hundreds of thousands of people who are fed up and angry. They can't afford to live. They can't get a proper job. We are not treating them right. There are businesses talking about they make $1 billion in profit this year. And when you check it, they're paying the salary minimum, the staff minimum wage salaries, and they're charging them for shoes and hairnet. People angry. We are not sharing the country properly, and I am telling you that that is the problem. You need a government with compassion. This next jackass Fitzgerald Hines telling people poverty is not a driver for crime. It is porn. It's only Fitzgerald Hines when he pants down around his ankles and he have his wife bottle of lotion in his hand and he pleasuring himself. Just be thinking, instead of having an orgasm here, maybe I should go and commit a crime. It is only Fitzgerald Hines that is that stupid. And that the media giving these people media time is to block you from hearing the truth. I am telling Trinidad and Tobago, because the storm is coming and we could stop it. People in Trinidad and Tobago are good and decent people. Everybody just want to like themselves. Everybody wants hope and opportunity. Everybody want to feel like they could come out of the house and work and do, and when they go back home at the end of the week, they could mind their family. That is not happening in Trinidad. We have jackasses in high office, and all of those politicians know all of those who are involved in the criminal corruption that looting Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm saying to Trinidad and Tobago this morning, you have to wake up. You have to wake up to reality, because it is falling apart. All this shit Rowley want to talk, all them Julia Davy and Rhoda Barrett paying them pain to talk shit, not going and help them. The country falling apart. There are 40,000 illegal guns in this country. It's falling apart, and not one of them little black sufferers could have afforded an AR-15 to bring into Trinidad and Tobago. They're not responsible for the drug trade. They're not responsible for the guns. It is the people at the highest level of Trinidad and Tobago need to start to make sense. And I want to tell you this. We have to put the price of food and the cost of living back in reach of real wages. And real wages is whatever people working for now. Them 50,000 security guards that barely surviving, that they taking advantage of, they are not on the side of law enforcement when the shit hit the fan. You have too many people in this wealthy country suffering. We need a government of compassion. We need a government of policies. We need a government willing to step to the contract mafia. We need a government willing to tell the bank, all you mad no ass, taking people a little bit of money in as deposits, paying them no interest, and charging them fees on every transaction, and charging them $20 a sheet of paper when a sheet of paper is 20 cents. Are you charging them $20 to print out their own statement? This country has gone mad, and we are sowing the wind, and we are going to reap the whirlwind. Stop taking, and the last thing I want to tell you, NACTA. NACTA finally include Philip Alexander and the Progressive Empowerment Party in their poll. And overwhelmingly, the public said, we don't want PNM, we don't want UNC, we want that half Syrian. Now they're trying to stick Gary and the NTA. Gary with his 7 followers. Gary with his wife, what's his boy name? Peter George and Sam Saloom. That's the whole party right there. A couple other fall-offs of the COP, a couple other rejects, and a couple other people who have a political party who looking to stand up and see what Gary could bring for them. Gassan in his old age, who looking for a place to land, Congress of the People, and no more. I want to tell you something. The Progressive Empowerment Party is an army of lions led by a lion. We will make sure Trinidad is run properly, where every creed and race could find an equal place. Where if we have one curriculum in one school chasing one exam, then every school will have the same books. All the teachers will be able to teach, and you will judge the performance of this principal by the performance of their students. Too long we've mismanaged this country, and I am saying to Trinidad and Tobago this morning, because I don't do no live videos anymore, you know. I stopped trying to push sense into people's head. I am telling you all, when you see the wealthy getting wealthier and the poor getting poorer in a country where everybody's labor and consumption determines how the money is spent, you are sowing the wind. You will reap the whirlwind. The poor in this country are not happy. We have a mass of hundreds of thousands of people, black, Indian, Chinese, you name it, that's seething. They are not happy. They do not trust the PNM. They do not trust the UNC. I, Philip Edward Alexander, pledge to every single person in Trinidad and Tobago, give us a chance. From the first day in office, we will take steps to make food affordable. If the banks don't roll back, if we can't enforce financial service regulations that put interest on depositors' funds, we'll nationalize the banks. It is time to fix Trinidad and Tobago back to a day when all of the people had a chance You could have been a mason and an electrician and buy a house in this country. You working in banks now. You working at supervisor level in companies. And you can't afford a house. You can't afford a future for your people. But there are people in Trinidad and Tobago have 500 and 1,000 properties that they're renting. I am saying to my country, Trinidad and Tobago is paradise on earth. And our people are beautiful people. It is time to get everybody again living in harmony. It is time to get every creed and race pulling together in the same direction. That's not going to happen if we're treating people like fools and riding their backs like donkeys. We need to fix Trinidad and Tobago. PNM and UNC is not the answer, and NTA are next 1% joke. It is time the people, all of us, we need to row in the same direction. When you see people on the post telling you welcome election, they still vote in PNM, UNC, ignore that bullshit. That is not true. You stand up with the Progressive Empowerment Party and tell everybody else we could fix this country. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.
Tell them we go fix it. We go fix it. We go fix it. We go fix it. PEP go fix. No jobs, no safety, no water, no justice, no accountability, bad roads, corrupt politicians, no more. We're going on.